This is Michael Orrell from mobileburn.com, and at 7:35 this morning we received the Garmin nuvifone G60, Garmin Asus's Linux-based device that just is about to hit AT&T starting on the 4th. I'm going to open it up here, see what we got. I have not looked at this at all, so looks like we've got a little bit of a quick start guide. Here's the device itself. Oddly enough, it has a non-transparent screen protector on it. Usually these things come with clear plastic. Pretty substantial feeling device. Let's see if there's a battery in it. No, the battery's not in it yet, so we'll dig that up and stick that in there. Open it up, see what we've got. This I recognize as being part of a car kit. There's the battery. It's a 1200 milliamp hour battery, it says. Oh look, there's already a SIM card in here. Stick the battery in. And let's see if it powers up. What else we have in here? This is, looks like a ball joint for the car kit. I have a Garmin in my car, so I recognize it as being almost the same thing. Plug adapter. Here's the rest of the car kit. Based on my experience with the other, the nav system in my car, this is really a pretty nice system. The ball joint works really well. It's nice and stiff, and the suction cup works well also. You just stick it on there, flat like this, flip it down, and then it sticks on quite nicely. Nicely done. The rest of the power connector looks like it's a USB type, so the charging cable is a USB cable, which would be right here. It's a regular mini USB on this end, so nothing proprietary, nothing funny like that. That appears to be it. Except for the CD here. It says it's the user manual, interactive flash tutorial, contacts and calendar sync software, and drivers and plugins. So it looks like the phone started up. Let's take a quick look at it. So here's the device. This is the proprietary connector that goes for the car mount. There's the mini USB we mentioned earlier. This looks like a lanyard loop. This is kind of a, could be a speaker as well. It's kind of heavy for a device you put on a lanyard. You don't really want this around your neck or anything like that. Camera on the back, volume controls, and probably a camera shutter button here. This unmarked button is the power button, and that looks to be a 2.5mm headphone jack, not a 3.5. Got the car mount here. We're going to stick that in here just so you can see how it works. Clicks in quite nicely, and when it's mounted, it's very easy to get out. You just grab it, press on the bottom, and it comes right out. This is really a good system. Works quite well. Now this looks like the initial setup for the device. We're going to pick the United States. We'll tell it American English, and we'll just assume that they're all good, and we're going to accept all those agreements. It's telling us not to use this while driving and blah 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 blah. This is privacy policy things. Asking us to register. We'll do that some other time. And there we have it. We're finally in the phone. Looks very much like the device I used in Barcelona earlier this year, except it's much more responsive. Resistive display, so it takes a little bit of pressure, but very light. Feels pretty nice. Not much battery charge on it. Pull up some weather information, hopefully. Can only assume it uses the GPS. You can see it says we have a 3G connection. Of course, this is on AT&T. And it's telling us weather for Kansas, which is most definitely not where we are. Let's try weather near. And we're still not getting local weather because I'm certainly not in Kansas. So we'll look at that later once I get a chance to play with the device. Text messaging, email, client, pretty much everything we expect. We'll get some contacts synchronized over there and play around with the device and do some more in-depth videos later. But for now, that is the Garmin Asus nuvifone G60, marketed as the Garmin nuvifone G60 in the United States. And I'm Michael Orrell for MobileBurn.com.